Hi, I'm Noorzalyla Mokhtar, and today I will present my research paper titled The Association Between Job Stressor and Employees' Performance in Hotel Industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Employees' performance is very significant for an organization in achieving its organizational performance and profitability. Employee performance is related to their willingness and openness on doing assigned tasks, increase their productivity, and lead to performance. Performance in return can become the source of satisfaction to employees who successfully completed their job. There are many factors that is associated with employees' performance, such as working environment, job satisfaction factor, motivation, and others. However, this study aims to investigate the relationship between four job stressor factors, namely time pressure, workload, lack of motivation, and role ambiguity, and employees' performance. Over the past few years, numerous studies and research has been conducted on this subject. This is as job stress has become one of the most popular occupational diseases and indirectly affected individuals physically and psychologically, causing such impactful pressures on employees' performance. Job stressor will influence all persons regardless of ages, gender, races, or situation in which affect both physical and psychological health. Based on the Eurofound report 2013, role ambiguity, organizational change, job demand, bullying, and violence are some of the common factors happening in workplace today. Over the past years, close to 3 billion employees are undergoing massive job stress in their workplace, and it is affecting their overall job performances on a daily basis. Regus, a global workplace provider, said nearly 70% of Malaysian workers were seeing more stress-related illness. This study, which covered the opinion of 20,000 senior executive and business owners across 95 countries, also revealed that 48% of the Malaysian respondents felt their stress level had risen, and over 42% reported that they were sleeping less due to work worries. Consequently, if the stress continues for a considerable period, it will also affect the workers' mental health and would put the workers in depressed situation and will definitely affect the organization that the worker belongs to. This is as employees' performance can be significantly delayed by high level of stress experienced in the work environment. Thus, it is evidence that inefficient performance of employees will have adverse effect on productivity, profitability, and impairment of the overall organization. The previous debates have set up the path for this research. Realizing how significant the employee's performance may affect the organizational performance, the researcher realized the importance of conducting this study, which is particularly focusing on the job stressor as factors influencing the employee's performance in Malaysia context. Thus, this study aims to investigate the possible association between job stressor factor and employee's performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. The job stressor factors investigated are to see is there any association between time pressure, workload, lack of motivation, and role ambiguity and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Literature. Let us move on to the literature review. Employees' performance is related to the extent to which an employee can accomplish the task assigned to him or her and how the accomplished tasks contribute to the realization of the organizational goal. This is supported by Mokhtar 2014 that employees' performance is essential for organization as employees' performance lead to business success and performance is important for individual as accomplishing tasks can be the source of job satisfaction. Job stressor, on the other hand, usually occur when individuals are identifying a situation or challenges that they face exceeding their ability. According to the Greenberg and Barron 2007 and Anna and Filman 2000, Job stressor can be described as one of the causes in which psychological, physical, or social terms that can have a negative impact on the work environment. Job stressor can also be known about how a person reacts and communicates with a morally, emotionally, and physically threatening work environment. Furthermore, a high level of psychological stress in a worker not only increases the chance of taking risks, but also affect their ability to think strategically. The job stressor factor investigated in the study are time pressure, workload, lack of motivation, and role ambiguity. The previous finding has shown correlation between job stressor factors and employees' performance. For example, employees tend to make mistakes when they are under time pressure while performing their tasks. Other than that, workload could have an impact on employees' performance when it is either low or high. It is also claimed that motivated workers are more independent, free, and more self-driven compared to the less motivated employees, leading to more effective development opportunity. Last but not least, a high level of uncertainty in position can hurt employees' performance. The research framework were adopted from Shamili Bala Murali, Abdul Basit and Zubair Hassan 2017 based on the Journal of Impact of Job Stress on Employees' Performance. The dependent variable for the study is employee performance, while the independent variable for the study are time pressure, workload, lack of motivation, and role ambiguity. To investigate the association between this variable, the following hypothesis has been formulated. Hypothesis 1, there is an association between time pressure and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Hypothesis 2, there is an association between workload and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Hypothesis 3, there is an association between lack of motivation and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. And lastly, hypothesis 4, there is an association between role ambiguity and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. This is the methodology for the study. The researcher used correlational research as a type of research design since the main objective is to examine the association between job stressor and employees' performance. The population for this study is employees who work in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor, with the estimated number of 160 hotel workers. In determining the sample size, the researcher had referred to Krejcik and Morgan table, and thus a total of 113 respondents were chosen to participate in the study based on the total population. Why hotel industry was selected for this study is because hotel industry is one of the prominent contributors to Malaysia's economy, where in 2019, total tourist receipt reported to be at worth of 86.1 billion. Thus, it is clearly evidence that hotel industry needs to enhance its service, and yet the key contributor to this effort is to have good performance employees. The researcher used simple random sampling technique, and the mean of data collection is self-administered questionnaire. For the findings, the table shown the findings of time pressure and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Based on the findings, it indicates that there is no association between time pressure and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor, as the p-value is more than 0.05. This result is similar to the study conducted by Sacramento et al. 2013 and Wijaya and Yuliana 2017, which also found that there is no association between time pressure and employees' performance, as cited by Azana, Nodayana, and Aromega 2019. Thus, based on the findings, hypothesis 1 is rejected as there is no association between time pressure and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. The second findings of the study is shown in this table. Based on the findings, it indicated that there is no association between workload and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor, as the p-value is more than 0.05. The result is similar to a study by Johari et al. 2018, also Sitepu et al. And Munawaro et al. 2013, which also found that the workload had no impact on the performance of the employees, as cited by Siswanto et al. 2019. Thus, based on the findings, the hypothesis 2 is rejected, as there is no association between workload and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Next, based on the table shown, it indicates a weak correlation between lack of motivation and employees' performance, as the p-value is less than 0.05 and the r-value is equivalent to 0.262. A study conducted by Abdi, Mahamud, Ibrahim and Hussein 2017 also found similar result, where it shows there is significant and positive relationship exists between employee motivation and employees' performance. Thus, hypothesis 3 is accepted, and there is an association between lack of motivation and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Lastly, the findings in this table shows there is an association between role ambiguity and employees' performance, as the p-value is less than 0.01 and are weakly correlated at 0.322. Similar findings was found in a study conducted by Murali, Basit and Hassan 2017, where role ambiguity has a significant influence on employees' performance. Thus, based on the findings, hypothesis 4 is accepted, as there is association between role ambiguity and employees' performance in hotel industry in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Next, we move to recommendation. The first recommendation will be in terms of lack of motivation. Based on descriptive analysis, the highest mean for the lack of motivation question is, it is essential for managers to empower employees. It indicates that based on the statement, it indicates that managers need to empower their employees and it will contribute to their level of motivation. Manzo 2012 stated that in his study that employees' motivation can increase through empowerment at work. For example, manager must give employee to own his work process, which means employee themselves enhance the quality of the process while the manager is watching and ready to provide help when needed. The second recommendation will be in terms of role ambiguity. Based on descriptive analysis, the highest mean for the role ambiguity question is, I have clear plan, goal and objective for my job. Based on this statement, it indicates that employees who has clear plan and objective towards their job can contribute to increasing of performance. Therefore, employee must have clear goal and objective to help them to achieve what they are expected to perform. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.